This large silver-coated chest or ark that we can see here actually came from Jerusalem. It's the original box. It's incredible that it's still here. There's an inscription on the top that tells us what was inside it. Inside it were all of these smaller boxes that we can see around here, and inside the smaller boxes were all kinds of objects and relics, among which was the Sudarium.
The Sudarium is a piece of poor quality linen, much like a handkerchief, covered in stains of blood and bodily fluid. Jewish belief dictates that the human soul is carried in the blood. When someone suffered a violent death, a Sudarium was wrapped around the face to catch the blood. This dirty, creased cloth that has survived many centuries holds vital clues within its blood-stained patterns. Chemical analysis has revealed that the blood on the Sudarium matches the blood on the Shroud of Turin.
We know that the central stain was formed by a body hanging in an upright position with the arms outstretched. The head was leaning to the right and also slightly forwards. Now, the Sudarium was first pinned to the back of the head. There are actually pinholes in the original that shows how it was pinned into the head. The cloth was then brought round to the front, and it came across an obstacle. The idea would have been to wrap the cloth entirely round the head, but what happened was that the head was actually stuck to the arm due to rigor mortis setting in very quickly after a traumatic death. Hence, the Sudarium was folded back on itself in the first position like this, which is why we have the groups of parallel stains when this liquid seeped through the cloth. This wound here, the body was still alive when this blood came out of the back of the head. And if we overlay this part of the Sudarium onto the same area of the shroud, then the actual shape of the stains fits in perfectly.
Although we have no obvious facial image on the Sudarium, it does reveal some of the features of a man's face.
We can see the stain that corresponds to the beard area. We're talking about a bearded male. We can see the base stain of liquid that came out through the nose, and how the other stains were formed when the first stain had dried. That's why we have different edges, and we can make all of them out. At a later time, the cloth was wrapped all the way around the head, and most probably tied in a knot here at the top. And then, when the body reached the tomb, what most probably happened was this cloth, the Sudarium, could have just been very easily lifted off the head like that, rolled up on itself, as it says in the fourth Gospel, and left to one side.